Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside our Home Field Credit Union Studio B, and welcome into an all-new edition of the Milford Informer. I am your host, Tim Coet. We are happy to get your holiday weekend started by presenting recaps of a couple of major town events that took place last weekend. Let's get right into the details on those stories and everything else we have coming up in tonight's Top Stories Rundown. Tonight, join Milford TV member Malcolm Zale as he provides a fun-filled recap of last weekend's Celebrate Milford festivities. Also tonight, we will show you how more than 40 servicemen and their families were honored last weekend as the Citizens for Milford sponsored the Massachusetts Medal of Liberty ceremony. And later in sports, we have a pair of senior night highlight reels to present, including the boys lacrosse team against AMSA and the baseball team under the lights at Fino against Hopedale. Rain may have pushed back this year's Celebrate Milford festivities by a day, but it did not dampen the spirits of thousands of residents, volunteers, vendors, and musicians who made the third annual event another big success. Once again, we sent out our roving reporter Malcolm Zale to travel around Town Park to give us a recap of all of the fun that was had at Celebrate Milford.
Bubbles! I love bubbles! The bubbles! Get the bubbles! What's your favorite part about the event so far?
I'll tell you, so many people come out for this, and it's really a wonderful thing. And fortunately, we had a good, nice day, and it's great. The food, the shops, the craftspeople, it's all good.
I love Milford. I was born and raised here. I play Milford baseball, and my coach wanted me to help out, so I came down 9 o'clock. Help set up these tents. It's been a great day.
What's your favorite part about Milford?
Honestly, the people.
Yeah.
I love the people, the attitude. It's great.
We're in charge of the event with a few other cast members and just kind of overseeing the day today. And what's your favorite part about Celebrate Milford?
It's definitely the Kids Zone.
Kids Zone.
Kids Zone spectacular this year. We've got sumo wrestling. We've got that
racetrack.
the racetrack, the bubble soccer, a bunch of bouncies. Kids are having a blast.
We don't have to man it this year, which is even better.
Oh yeah, it's a good decision. Good decision.
You guys are a couple of Milford locals, right? Absolutely. What's
Yeah.
your favorite part about living in Milford? Take a look around.
I think it's the community.
This doesn't happen in many places. It happens here.
It's not easy to pull off something like this, but with this group, we're able to pull it together. That's Milford.
What is this little track that you got running?
It's a RC racetrack that we do, actually family-wise usually. I'm just helping one of my friends out as they're doing another racetrack around.
Okay, if you have the option to shrink down to like 1/5 size and get in this car just so you could beat a bunch of little kids at this, would you do it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My favorite sport is baseball. And my favorite animal is a monkey. I have a wiggly too.
You do? You have a wiggly too. Is it gonna come out soon? Oh, dude, if you lose any more teeth, you're not gonna be able to talk. What's your favorite part about Celebrate Milford Day?
The hot dogs.
Hot dogs? All right, let's go. You're offering me free steak, but it doesn't appear that you have any steak. So what are you here doing? You have steak. This is really good steak.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all natural, no growth hormones, no chemicals. We're Hills Food Service, a home food delivery service. We actually started here in Milford in 1924. We're in Hudson right now.
And what do you guys like about Milford?
What do I like about Milford? It's a great town. I just come for the show here, but I've done it for the last 3 years, and it's a great town.
I'm here with the biggest tooth I've ever met and seen and saw and even dreamt about. This is bigger than the teeth of my dreams, guys. Okay, Mr. Tooth, I have a very important question for you. What is the best time to go to the dentist?
Best time to go to the dentist is probably every 6 months.
Incorrect. The best time to go to the dentist is tooth Hurdy. I got him.
What? Hit the horn. Do the horn.
What? Yes. That was amazing. I feel alive. Hi, I'm here with
Leanne,
and Leanne. What are you out here doing today?
working for Bright Insurance.
And what do you like about living in Milford?
Oh, everything. Milford's great.
What's your favorite part about Celebrate Milford Day?
Working here in the Bright tent, of course, selling auto insurance.
Thank you so much, Leanne. So, what are you out here doing today?
I'm with the Milford, Massachusetts Foundation for Education booth. All right.
I like education.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all? Check it out, and I'm telling you about this thing called Hawk University on June 16th. Would you like to take one of these?
I would.
It has a lot more information on it, especially on the website.
Hawk University.
Got to zoom in on that. Fantastic. Hawk University, a couple weeks away. It's a fantastic parent-teacher event. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, very important question, very unbiased question. You have to answer it truthfully and honestly and 100% as honest as you can, okay?
Okay.
Coffee bean or muffin house?
Coffee bean. Coffee bean.
Coffee bean or muffin house?
Coffee bean.
Muffin house.
Your girlfriend just told you the opposite answer. Why did you say that?
Because she said the opposite.
This guy's gonna get married someday.
I'll tell you what, I'll make a choice. I'll say coffee bean. That's a really killer breakfast sandwich.
Being a couple of Milford locals, I'm assuming you can answer this next question. Coffee bean or muffin house?
Muffin house.
Muffin house. Muffin house or coffee bean?
Coffee bean. Hands down coffee bean. Sorry, Muffin House. I don't like muffins that much.
I have a question for you, and there are two options. You cannot pick any other answers, okay? You have to pick between coffee bean and muffin house. Go.
Muffin House. No, Muffin House is 10 times better. Let me tell you this.
All right, justify it.
Mendon Muffin House is good, Medway isn't. I got it.
Okay.
All right. I'm not a big coffee fan, but if you do want coffee, I heard coffee bean's a little better. But if you want food, Little Coffee Bean. Their bagels are literally like the size of my palm. You want to go to get a nice bagel? Go to Muffin House is so good. They care about how they're making their stuff. Bean, they just throw it together like, oh, whatever, take it. Muffin House is the best. They have
The views
great
expressed in this rant are exclusively those of Julie Rabinowitz and do not reflect the thoughts and feelings of Milford TV or any of its employees.
All right, now I have a very important question for you. You have to answer unbiasedly, even though it's by nature a biased question. Muffin house or coffee bean?
Can I say honeydew?
Communist!
Milford TV feels it's perfectly acceptable to enjoy honeydew donuts.
Muffin house or coffee bean?
Muffin House. Well,
Look at how hard she's thinking.
I'd say bean as a whole, because Muffin House, sometimes the food is just like microwave, you know? Bean, they have it right off the grill. So bean.
Milford TV cannot speak to the food preparation at the Muffin House, but our guess is they do a very good job.
Do you guys prefer coffee bean or muffin house?
Muffin House.
Muffin House.
Muffin house.
Muffin house. Coffee bean or muffin house?
Muffin house, sure. Coffee bean or muffin house? Oh no, coffee bean. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Coffee bean or muffin house?
Coffee bean's overrated. Muffin House.
Coffee bean all the
It's
way.
overrated. I don't care. I went there this morning and they're overrated. Good food.
Cheddar bagel with sausage. Nothing better than that.
Whatever you say.
I think you guys should just do one throw of blue bags to see who gets closer. Yeah. This is how we tell. Whoever gets closer wins.
All right, go ahead. You first.
That sucked.
Milford TV will not show the result of this beanbag contest for fear it may incite public hysteria. Instead, let's all agree that both Coffee Bean and Muffin House are both delicious and just move on.
I am here with Christopher Zale of Whiskey Church. So, this is also my father, which is why I'm allowed to jump on him. What do you think about living in Milford? What do you like about it?
I enjoy. Am I the only one that's been drinking here? Because it doesn't feel like that. I enjoy that it's a community like this. When we have an event, Look at all the people that showed up. This is the rain date. This isn't the real date.
Yeah, no.
It got rained out, and look, there's droves and droves of people.
It's amazing. We're closing out the 3rd annual Celebrate Milford Day, and despite this being the rain day and there being thunder clouds overhead, people have come out in droves as they have in the past 2 years. This is a great event, and I think the rain day really goes to show how amazing the Milford community is, how well everyone comes together, and how much people just love being a part of this community. There's nowhere else I'd rather be born, there's nowhere else I'd rather grow up than here in Milford.
Dance my way out of the shot now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. All right. Thank you.
My favorite part about living in Milford is I live in Upton. You gotta try again.
All right.
After months of research and planning, the Citizens for Milford hosted a very special Massachusetts Medal of Liberty ceremony this past weekend inside Upper Town Hall. Over 40 servicemen from Milford were honored and their families recognized for their sacrifices. As we approach Memorial Day weekend, let's take a look inside Town Hall to see how these fallen heroes were honored.
I'm so happy to see everyone here for today's special ceremony. Welcome. The Medal of Liberty program was established in 2010 as a means to honor the families of any Massachusetts serviceman or woman killed in action or who died as a result of wounds received in action. The medal is awarded in the name of the Governor of Massachusetts as Commander-in-Chief of the Commonwealth. The Medal of Liberty Committee and Citizens for Milford are proud to have presented 8 medals this past Veterans Day, and we're proud to present more than 40 medals at today's ceremony.
The Medal of Liberty Committee from Milford was formed in June 2017. In 11 months, we researched and located every family of Milford's fallen heroes. The search has taken us from Maine to Florida. I personally want to thank the committee for all their hard work and dedication. I also want to thank the Citizens for Milford Committee for all their help and support. Without them, we wouldn't be having this beautiful ceremony today.
About 150 years ago, after the end of the Civil War, the nation created what was called Remembrance Day. Today we call it Memorial Day. I'm here to tell you what you're doing here today. There is nothing else going on in the Commonwealth this week or next Monday that better exemplifies the spirit of that holiday, to honor our fallen, our sacred men and women who died giving their lives in battle. So thank you for doing this today.
What we owe to you is to remind you all that we remember and that your sacrifice will never be forgotten. And I think that is what we all here are witnessing, is to remind these families that the sacrifice of their loved ones and collectively the sacrifice of these 57 men and women who never returned home. What could have their contributions have been in this town of Milford? But we do know that their contributions in our United States military and their sacrifice for our country and defense of our freedoms, it is one that made a difference.
We need to look at every single veteran, every single day, and say thank you. Thank you for your service. We need to say thank you to the people behind us, that family members gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. For our freedom. I'm going to ask all of you again to stand up, please. And I'm going to ask anybody out here in the audience that's currently serving or had served in the U.S. Armed Forces to please stand up so we can give you another round of applause. Please stand up.
We begin our recap of the week in MHS sports with a look at boys lacrosse. Our cameras were rolling last Friday at senior night for the Scarlet Hawks against Advanced Math and Science Academy. Could the Hawks grab a W in this non-conference matchup? Let's check out the highlights. The Scarlet Hawks were in action last Friday afternoon, where the team's seniors were honored along with their families before entering into a matchup against the Advanced Math and Science Academy. We pick up the action midway through the first quarter. Brendan White takes his time surveying the field before dishing a pass up to Ryan Hazard, who splits the defense before bouncing a shot past the goalie for the first score of the game. After facilitating that first shot, White would have a chance to notch a goal of his own in the second period. He receives the pass streaking in toward the net and then unloads the shot past the keeper to make it 2-0 Hawks. With the score 2-1 late in the second, Milford would see a third name added to the score sheet as Mike Demko would sneak out from behind the net and put one in to re-establish a 2-goal lead. Demko would be added again early in the third, scoring on a quick turnaround shot to break a 3-3 tie. Now watch the ball movement here from the Scarlet Hawks. It starts with the goalie Evan Hazard, who shoots a long pass ahead to White. White carries it upfield before dishing ahead to Demko right on the doorstep, and Demko has no problem blasting it past the goalie for his third score of the game to tack on to the Milford lead. Into the fourth quarter now, it's Brendan White with the ball. White runs away from a defender and eventually lets go a hard-bouncing shot from 10 yards out that finds the back of the net. White would also collect 3 goals in the game, this one giving Milford an 8-5 lead. The Hawks would have to hold off a late surge from AMSA, but in the end, the home team would enjoy a solid victory on senior night. They defeat the Advanced Math and Science Academy by a final score of 8-7. On Thursday night, the lights were on at Pheno Field as the Scarlet Hawks hosted the Hopedale Blue Raiders in the team's annual joint senior night. While the two teams may be in very different positions as the regular season comes to an end, both sides were ready to bring plenty of intensity to the field. Coach Dion loaded up his starting lineup with seniors and also sent senior Andrew Fauerbach to the mound to make his first start of the season. A walk and an infield hit in the top of the first would give Hopedale runners at the corners with only 1 out and one of the hottest Raider bats at the plate in Sam Parker. Parker would hit a hard shot towards second, and watch as Matt Shaver crosses over the second base bag to make the play. He swipes the tag on the runner before firing to first to complete the 6-3 inning-ending double play. In the home half of the first, Milford would have to face hard-throwing lefty Jonathan Rice, who earned the victory on the mound against Milford in their first meeting of the season. Shaver and Aiden Wild would pace the inning with back-to-back ground ball singles to put a pair on with nobody out. After Tyler Almeida was retired, senior Matt Nickerson would look to deliver the Hawks an early lead. 59 total runs scored through 17 games. Here, a ground ball that gets past the dive of the shortstop out into shallow left. Racing around third base is Shaver. He will cross the plate. And so a run-producing hit here in the first inning for the Scarlet Hawks as Nickerson drives in the first run of the game. And the Scarlet Hawks will take a 1-0 lead. From there, Rice would settle into a groove, retiring 6 in a row, including 4 strikeouts. With 2 gone in the third, Rice would hit Aiden Wild with a pitch. Almeida would follow that up with a single, giving the Hawks a little 2-out life. As Matt Nickerson came up for his second at-bat, we'd see a crucial decision in the game unfold. Jonathan Rice sends a pitch down around the shoe tops of Nickerson. The senior reacted as if he'd been hit by the pitch, but the umpire ruled that the ball went in the dirt. A lengthy discussion would take place between Coach Dion and the umpires, but the call on the field would stand, keeping Nickerson at the plate to face a 3-2 pitch. Chance for Milford to tack on to the lead. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's a line drive. That is out into right center field for a base hit. Both runs will come around to score as Wild and Almeida touch home plate. The throw into second base gets away, and that ups the Milford lead to 3-0. Meanwhile, the rest of the heavy lifting in this game would be done by Andrew Fauerbach on the pitcher's mound. After pitching a 1-2-3 second inning, Andrew would allow just his first hit of the game with 2 outs in the third, but he would quickly end the inning, getting Jack Basiglia to pop out to right. In the fourth, a walk and an error would give Hopedale runners at second and third with only 1 out. After inducing a ground ball to third that froze the runners for out number 2, Fauerbach would get Charlie Swift to send one to shortstop, where Shaver would make the play to end the inning with no runs allowed. Fast forward to the 6th, Sam Parker and Alex Lucini would team up for back-to-back singles with 1 out in the inning. Fauerbach would then get the second out of the inning, freezing Colin Chagru on a called strike 3, but the lefty would then hit Charlie Swift with a pitch, giving Hopedale a bases-loaded opportunity. But Fauerbach would keep his composure and would get Jimmy Casey on a pop-out to third to end the threat. Fauerbach would return to the mound for the 7th, and he'd get a little help from his defense to open up the inning.
Now the 2-1 pitch. This is floated out into shallow right field. On the move is Naylor, and he hangs on for the out. A tumbling catch made out in right field for Sam Naylor. He robs Sean Ryan of a leadoff single. The Milford seniors having themselves a night here tonight.
From there, Fauerbach would finish off a 1-2-3 7th, ending a memorable night for the Scarlet Hawks. A complete game shutout for Andrew Fauerbach, and key contributions from all of the seniors would propel Milford to a 3-0 victory over the Hopedale Blue Raiders. You can check out all of those games in their entirety over on the Educational Channel as well as on YouTube. And earlier this week, athletes from Milford High School were honored at the annual Dick Corbin Sports Awards. As part of this year's awards presentation, Milford TV, in cooperation with the high school and parents from the athletic community, put together a slideshow that chronicled what was another outstanding year in MHS athletics. Let's take a look at a portion of that slideshow presentation. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is only for the chosen few, for the superstars. The truth is, greatness is for us all. This is not about lowering expectations. It's about raising them for every last one of us. Greatness is not in one special place, and it's not in one special person. Greatness is wherever somebody is trying to find it. Coming up on Sunday, Milford will welcome in a brand new vegan restaurant with the grand opening of the Bread Bowl Cafe. Bread Bowl Cafe will be celebrating a day-long grand opening event, complete with a vegan barbecue, a Chinese auction, games, a bake sale, and a raffle. The Bread Bowl Cafe is a completely non-profit restaurant. All proceeds from the cafe go directly towards the Gan Rivka Center, one of the country's only pet-friendly women and children's emergency shelters. The Bread Bowl Cafe grand opening is taking place this weekend on May 27th from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. The Bread Bowl Cafe is located at 319.5 Main Street in Milford. And here's another heads up that next month the Milford Youth Center will be holding their annual Dressed Up, Not Messed Up fashion show. As always, the goal of the event is to raise awareness about underage drinking and help teens become better informed so they can make healthy decisions throughout life. The event also looks to increase youth self-esteem and attitudes towards their body image. This year's fashion show will take place on Saturday, June 9th over at the Youth Center on Pearl Street, beginning at 6 p.m. The cost of admission is $3 per person or $10 per family. For more information on the event, you can email Christine at cdadario@townofmilford.com. That's all we have for you this week. As always, we thank you very much for tuning in. We hope everyone enjoys the long holiday weekend. And from all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coet saying have a great week. So long, everybody.